welcome back to my channel. It's Shanae Laura, and this week I have my best friend of 17 years joining me. We're going to talk about friendship and how we made it last, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I am the best friend of 17 years.
So first we're going to start off with funniest memories. So go ahead.
Okay, so one of the first nights that I got drunk, so it also includes our other best friend, Jayla, and we were in high school at the time, and Shanae over here had to take care of us the whole night because we were obliterated.
Always a sober friend.
Yes, so we had the bright idea that we would go back to her Nan and Pap's afterwards to spend the night. And, we got back and we were a disaster. We were throwing up the whole way home. Got back to Nan and Pap's and she decided to let me guide Jayla up the stairs while she went downstairs. And as we got upstairs, I allowed Jayla to fall into a fixture that was in front of Nan and Pap's room and break glass and cause a lot of noise. And then I pushed her into the room and Nan came out and she was talking to me and I didn't know what to do and she knew. And then long story short, she had to preach to us for a whole 2 hours the next day because she was worried for our souls.
Yes,
and
she brought out the prayer cloth and everything.
Yes. Okay, and then what is your funniest memory?
So my funniest memory also includes the same group of people. We were playing Ding Dong Ditch in her ex's neighborhood, and as we were walking away from his house, and police officers, literally 3 cars, pull up to us, and they're like, "Oh, hey guys, have you seen anybody, suspicious walking around? We're looking for 3 people." Mind y'all, it's 3 of us, right? Middle of the night, nobody else is walking around. So how they didn't assume it was us is beyond me. We're like, "No, we don't know what you're talking about." So we start freaking out after they pull off, start running. I run into her. I bust my rump. Oh my goodness. I left with a concussion and a broken toe. Like, it was ridiculous.
Oh man.
It was awful. So, yes. At our grown ages, don't play Ding Dong Ditch, y'all. Save it for childhood. Because afterwards, dumb stuff just happens.
Yep, ended up in a neck brace and all.
It was rough. It was real rough. So next, we're going to talk about how well we know each other. So we've each come up with 5 questions, and neither of us know the questions, to ask each other to really prove to y'all how well we know each other. So would you do the honors of going first once again?
Okay, my first question is, what food do I hate?
Well, you hate a few different things.
Absolutely hate.
Well, you like salad now, so that's new. You hate onions.
That's the answer. I hate onions with everything inside of me.
Which is funny because I also hate onions. Like, anywhere I go, I need my order without onions. Okay, this should really be an easy one. Who was my first love?
Sean Price. Oh. Alright, that was a trick question. It was Darren. What? Why y'all acting like that?
I guess it could be a trick question.
That is a trick question.
I guess it could be a trick question.
Because you started talking to Darren in 5th grade.
I did.
But Sean was your whole middle school into early high school.
She's right, y'all. Sean was my first boyfriend. Okay.
So what was your answer, Darren?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your next question?
You were just so young.
What's your next question?
Okay. My next question is, I feel like our questions are so different. Am I an extrovert or an introvert?
You're both, honestly. Like, you're an introvert most of the time, but when you're around your friends and stuff, you can be an extrovert. You like to do things. Like, you're very...
I mean, but that doesn't make me an extrovert.
I'd say you're an introvert then.
Yeah,
like,
I am.
Unless you're around your friends, like, you're outgoing, outspoken for the most part, so... I think it just depends on the content, but in general, if you took a test, you'd probably test as an introvert.
I do.
Yeah. Okay, if I could go anywhere in the world, where would it be? If you don't know the answer to this, let's talk about it.
Anywhere in the world. I feel like I'm gonna guess something so off, but and then you're gonna tell me and I'm gonna feel like an idiot, but Dubai?
No.
Is it like an islandy place?
No. It's somewhere that's in a movie. In a movie that I loved growing up, and it's actually in another question. I'm gonna edit this.
Brazil.
Actually, I would love to go to Brazil.
I know.
That wasn't the answer, but that is definitely like.
Yeah, you used to
That's I
that
talk
all
about
the
Brazil
time.
all the time. Yeah, definitely.
What is
it
the
Spain?
Oh,
And I know you know that because I can't say why because that's another question, but
Okay.
yeah. I'll give you Brazil though because I
Yes,
talked about
you
it
did, you
all
did.
the time when I was like in high school and stuff. Yeah, and I still would love to go there. So if y'all trying to fly me out, do that.
Okay. What was my favorite school subject growing up before like my college career?
Science.
Yes.
She loves science.
Easy money.
Personally, I never understood it. So, what were my favorite childhood movies? It's a series of movies.
And you said you want to go. Oh, the Cheetah Girls.
Yes. I was like,
Example
right.
A.
Literally, still to this day, I will play the playlist at least once a month. I feel like it's good for my soul. You know.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What is my favorite holiday?
I feel like it's Halloween.
It is.
Halloween? Okay, I thought so. I was like,
Where's
I could be
Dracula?
wrong.
Or not?
this one, there's a few answers to it. I feel like there's an answer that you should kind of know. What is a fear of mine? There's a few right answers, I guess. Not a lot.
You're okay. Swimming?
Yes, I hate
Yeah.
water. I hate water. Literally, unless it's a shower. If it's past like my knees, I'm not going in. I'm terrified of water.
Side note, when we were in the Bahamas, she did snorkel and love it.
I did. Granted, for like
It
20
was-
minutes, I was holding on to the instructor. I was literally like, "Don't let me go."
Yeah, but when we were in the shallower water, you loved it more,
Yes,
obviously.
because my feet could touch the
Yeah.
ground. Yeah. So for our next segment, I asked Instagram, what would you guys like to know from us? You know, in terms of advice and about our experiences and our friendships. So now, my great friend, my best friend, Jayla is going to ask us some questions from behind the scene. So Jayla, can you please give us our first question?
Okay. How did you two meet?
You want to go? Or you
I
want
mean, this one's
Listen.
this one's simple. I mean, we met at Grace Academy in kindergarten
Literally.
when we were 5, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really remember our meeting that well.
Alright, so how do you guys maintain your friendship while also having boyfriends and living in like 2 different states?
I would say we maintain it because we talk still really frequently. Not as often as like when I first moved. I would say then we were talking every day, but now we talk probably once a week. And she's still the person like if I'm going through something, I naturally go to her anyways. So it's really just the chemistry is already there. So it's easy to maintain because we've never let it go away. I think that's really the key, like communication. So if you move away from a friend, never cut that communication because once it's gone, it's gone. But if you keep it up for at least weekly,
Weekly, monthly, yeah.
yeah, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, as far as boyfriends, we haven't had as much of an issue with that because we haven't been in like the same place while having like boyfriends together in a while.
Yeah, because even in high school,
Yeah.
we always had boyfriends at the opposite
Yeah.
times. Like, we were almost never in relationships at the same time.
Yeah.
But even when we've always made time for each other. And I
Yeah.
think because that was a habit we started before, it made it a lot easier. So if I had a boyfriend, we still would have our dates and we still would
Yeah.
have our girls' nights and stuff like that, and vice versa. So it has to exist before you have a boyfriend. If you can't think, okay, if it wasn't like that before, it's gonna be like that now.
Exactly.
So
Okay, what's the biggest argument you guys have ever had? And was it long distance or was it while you guys were here?
Well, we were talking about this before, and we couldn't really think of like an argument we've ever gotten in because we haven't gotten in like an argument.
we disagree on a lot of things.
Yeah.
I would say that, especially like, for example, obviously religion is always controversial in any type of relationship. We are very different in those opinions, but I think the key is we have a major respect for each other.
Yeah.
So because of the respect we have, we've always been able to have disagreements and talk about
I
it.
feel like I never get angry with her because I just know her so well and I respect who she is and she respects who I am.
For sure. And also, we're not like messy. I think that also makes a big difference in friendships.
Yeah.
When females are messy and you're doing different things, that's what causes arguments. When you're just real and you're respectful, that's what keeps it down because I respect her, so her opinions, her beliefs, how she feels about something is never going to make me even,
Yeah.
get angry or anything like that. So
like, wait, if you guys do have an argument, like, who's usually the first one? Like, in relationships, it's like the guy
Yeah.
or girl's like, listen, I'm sorry. Like, who's usually the first one that's like, all right, listen,
Me.
I'm
Yeah.
wrong. How do you guys feel about the shade women throw at each other these days, like social media and just like everything in general?
You want to start?
I can start. I think it's awful. I think any type of shade thrown is just belittling people. And I think that's the reason why women struggle maintaining relationships, because we kind of nitpick at other things women do rather than having a conversation or just respecting it. Again, I think respect comes down to everything. So
Definitely here for women lifting other women up. I'm a hardcore feminist. Hardcore. I will fight for women till I die. I hate whenever people are always talking shit and like putting other women down, because there's just no reason, and you never know someone else's story, so you can't really judge someone for something you don't know.
absolutely.
So how did you guys deal with growing up and growing as people?
Oh, I was actually writing something about that in my notes earlier. I was gonna say, I think whenever we, went to college and stuff, and like she went to Florida, it was kind of weird at first, because obviously like she was changing and I was changing in different ways. And at first it was like, whoa, like she's becoming a different person. But then at the end of the day, it's like she's the same person, but she's just becoming an adult, and like we all have to grow up, and it would be crazy if we didn't. So it would be worse if she hadn't made any improvement at all.
So of course you guys got different interests as you guys got grown. How do you guys still make sure each other's interest is important moment?
I think that goes back to today we had breakfast, and so I know that her undergrad degree was in psychology, and so I kind of was able to dig into her a little bit this morning and just asking, when it's someone you care about and someone you love, regardless if your interests are exactly identical, it's something it should interest you. You should care about. So I think even though we have different interests, we have enough of the same interests, where it doesn't feel weird, and we've always had. She did guitar, I did piano, I played basketball, she played volleyball, she did track. So it's like our whole friendship, we've always had our own individual lives and interests, but we've always had things that we had in common that made us stronger as friends. And we're back. We took a not so short intermission, 4 hours worth. Finally, what advice do we have for other people trying to maintain friendships or?
Okay, so I think good advice would be differentiating between a toxic relationship and a healthy relationship, and disagreements versus full-blown arguments, because we just have never been the type to argue a lot, and like we were saying previously, we've been able to talk through stuff, and if we have a disagreement, we're able to work through that a lot because we respect each other, and we care about each other and what each other stands for. So I feel like you should be able to know if someone is a toxic friend or not, and be able to cut that out of your life, because you shouldn't it shouldn't be hard to be friends with someone at the end of the day. It should never be hard, and it's always been easy to be together and to be friends. So I just feel like it should come easy, and it should feel natural. I
agree. I think that's a really good point, that some people try to make friendships last that aren't meant to last. Some people come in your life just for a season. So I think, what is this person bringing to your life?
Yeah.
What are they taking from your life? Like she said, we don't even argue. We have disagreements because we can communicate. That's major key to any relationship.
Everything.
Is communication. And that's just not being able to verbalize how you feel. That's being able to receive how someone else feels. Mm-hmm. And being able to, and this is everything I love about her, being able to be empathetic to how that person feels, what that person is going through, and just being a good person. Some people ruin friendships off of just doing stuff, like sleeping with the person's boyfriend or starting rumors. If you're watching this 9 out of 10, you're a little groaner. I need you to do better. We're not on that at all. So I think those are probably the best tips I can give you.
The main points.
That's how we've lasted for so long. So we're family at this point. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your questions. Be sure to subscribe, and comment, and stay tuned for more videos.
Mwah.